Hey there everyone, time for another vlog. Now this time as a large truck goes by, of course the minute I press record, I'm going to review something for the first time, and I'm going to review Doctor Who, The Prisoners of Time, Volume 1. We just got this in our local library and I got the chance to read it last night, so I figured I'd give you guys a review of it. Now this is one of those trade comic book things, where it's got several stories into one, but in this case it is all going together in one interesting storyline. So, let's see. I'll read the back of it just to start off. November 23rd, 1963. A day that changed the world forever. That day saw the broadcast debut of Doctor Who, which was to become the longest-running science fiction series on television. And now, 50 years later, we pay tribute to one of the greatest pop culture heroes of all time with this special series, Prisoners of Time, which tells an epic adventure featuring all 11 incarnations of the intrepid traveler through time and space, simply known as the Doctor. So, this one has, Volume 1 has the first 4 Doctors in it, and they do a pretty good job of doing a characterization of each of the Doctors. This is an IDW comic because they hold the license to Doctor Who to do the comic books, as it were. I like all the ways that they sort of put the things. The way this is set up is there's this mysterious figure that is observing all the versions of the Doctor and realize that there's one thing that makes them all common, and that's that they're never alone. And that person decides to change that. So that's the only sort of teaser I will give because I don't want to spoil the whole storyline. I like the characterizations, especially the first Doctor one, the hilarious bit. I won't spoil what the first Doctor has to deal with, but there's a certain character that if you've listened to Going Through Who, the first season of it, you will notice that this enemy shows up and you go, how ironic that that would be the one that they choose for the first Doctor in this. But hey, what can I say? They put sort of iconic enemies going through this one. Interesting little pairings. The fourth Doctor having to deal with the Judoon, for instance. So the fourth Doctor dealing with a new series character is especially interesting to me. The first Doctor, they even put William Hartnell's Billy Flubs in the text of the first Doctor. I thought that was pretty good. All in all, though, this story is setting up something that could either have a huge payoff or crash and burn. So I don't know how it's going to go yet because this is only Volume 1, obviously. I haven't read the other one. I don't even know if the other one's out yet. I'll have to look that up and check. But for the time being, this is a good start to a pretty good story. They pick perfect companions to go with the different Doctors. You have Vicky, Ian Chesterton, and Barbara going with the first Doctor. You have, of course, Zoe and Jamie going with the second Doctor. You had to have those ones. Surprisingly enough, Sarah Jane Smith got placed with the third Doctor, but then again, he was the Doctor she first showed up with. But they also have Liz Shaw showing back up, and the Brigadier, of course, because that was the era when he was stuck on Earth. And the fourth Doctor is teamed up with Leela and K9, which are two of my favorite fourth Doctor companions as well. Everyone loves a good dose of K9, right? Well, maybe not everyone. The only thing I will warn about this, I'm not able to take my Doctor Who encyclopedic knowledge away from the perspective to know that if you don't know that much about Doctor Who, if this would be the one for you or not. It does sort of rely on you knowing a lot about Doctor Who, but then again, this is a 50th anniversary thing, another one of those things. So, of course, it sort of makes the assumption that you kind of know enough to where you don't have to be introduced to these different people and stuff like that. If any of these people you were going, who the heck is he talking about, then I'm not sure if this story will be for you or not. But, like I said, fantastic start to something that I hope will have a fantastic finish. So that's my review of Doctor Who, Prisoners in Time, Volume 1. So, if you want to find all my other vlogs, you can go to tscn.tv/vlog. Whenever I get a hold of Volume 2, I will be reviewing that as well. I don't know when that's going to happen, like I said, but when I do, I'll be sure to let you guys know. And I guess, until next time, live your life, and see you guys. This has been a production of the Samcast Network. TSCN.TV. What's your passion?